Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Start Over Saturday and we are going to be working on a page from Ruth Sanderson's Santa's Christmas here, and we'll be choosing a new set of pencils. Good morning, Sue. I hope you are doing well today. I am having some frame droppage, so if it gets too bad, let me know. Hopefully it won't be terrible. Oh, and OBS has disconnected. All right, so now that OBS has had its little temper tantrum, maybe it'll decide that I'm not going to drop frames anymore. That'd be awesome. Ay, ay, ay. So for everybody out there, I apologize. Yeah, OBS is being fun this morning. Hopefully it does not continue to do that. I will keep an eye on it. Let me know if it keeps dropping frames and it keeps on lagging. I may have to restart the stream on a different platform. Good morning, Alex. I hope you are doing well and are home safe and sound. Hello, Blue. Good morning. Good morning. Hopefully you all can hear me okay. Let me know if you cannot. And again, I apologize for the frame drops. It seems to be much better now, so hopefully that'll fix it. Hopefully. Maybe. You guys can hear me, right? Who wants to be doing who wants to pick? Let's pick one. Okay, good. All right, so we're going to pick a new set of pencils. First of all, who's ready? Who's ready? Oh, dropping frames again. Okay, good. Good. I am on the camera mic again, so I can't hear myself, so I don't know if anybody can hear me, so I'm glad you guys can let me know. And this one really wants to be chosen. It's like wrapped right around my finger. So, since it's decided that it wants to be chosen, let's see, what are they? Oh, woodless. Oi. Okay. I like these pencils. I'm just not sure how they're going to work in this book or if it's going to give me the colors I want for this book. But we'll give it a shot. All right. And I haven't even created a new swatch chart for them, so no, it's just I know the paper in this book and I know the pencils, so I'm not sure how well they do. Really well on cardstock, and I don't want to mess up a Ruth Sanderson page. Nope. Choose again. I'll make them work. All right, so there's several different sets in my woodless colored pencils. They're all from the same company. Just going to grab them just one moment. Now the great thing about woodless colored pencils is you don't have to, no, the puppy did not get to stay, unfortunately. But everybody else is doing great. So they have a really good selection of colors. The great thing about the woodless color pencils is that there is no wood. So you don't have the wood in the pencil shavings. So you can actually use the shavings for backgrounds and that sort of thing. So and that's the great thing about woodless colored pencils. And these ones are actually a very good color choice. Okay, yeah, I do have the skins. Okay, good. I was a little bit concerned on the skin tones, and I've just saw that I have the skin tones. So a woodless color pencil is just the core. So you don't have that wood all the way down. So that entire area is just core. So you can either sharpen it into a sharp point, or you can leave it quite dull and cover large areas with it. So woodless color pencils are actually really kind of cool. They are coated in a plastic paper. So you just peel that off as you sharpen it. So as you can see here, I can just peel that back. It does come off in the sharpener, so it doesn't hurt the sharpener at all just to peel it with the sharpener. Yeah, she was going after the critters, so we couldn't have that. Good morning, Noelle. Good morning. Good morning, Sue. All right, so I have not created a new chart for these. These ones here are all the metallics and skin, light skin and dark skin, and then the base colors. And then on the back side here, I think that's the same as the front side. So that is what we're going to be using. So I was going to do a choice between this page or this page. So I'm going to do a poll between page 1 and page 2. Page, what page? Page 1 or page 2? All right. So I'm going to do a poll. Started the poll. This is page 1. It's Santa and his sack. And just the cameo of Santa. So we have Santa and his sack or Santa. Which one would you rather do? The poll will stay up for a little bit here. So this is page 2. This is page 1. Excuse me. So this is page 1. And this is page 2. 1 or 2? 2 or 1? Get your votes into the poll, page 1 or page 2. This will be colored this week. As of the 20th, which is this coming Wednesday, that will be my last stream before Christmas. I may do one other stream, but I have to get together with some people and see about doing it. But for my own channel, this will be the Wednesday will be the last stream before Christmas. And then I will come back the Wednesday after Christmas. So that would be the 27th, I do believe. Hello, Kenny. Hello, hello, hello. For everybody just coming in, get your votes out there. Page 1 or page 2. Santa on his own or Santa with his sack? So page 1 or page 2. Now we are using the woodless color pencils, so hopefully they will work out well in this book. I haven't used them in quite some time, but they do. I'm looking at the colors and I do believe I have a good selection of colors to be able to cover the areas that I want to cover. So that's page 2, page 1 for all those coming in to vote. So we've got 11 votes and 17 people in here. Let's get those votes in, people. So that's page 1 and page 2. Either one is fine with me. So there's page 1 and page 2. All right. And we've got a couple minutes left on the poll, but it does look like page 1 is winning so far. So if you want me to color page 2, make sure that you get in here and get your votes in. Page 2 is just a cameo of Santa Claus. Not just a cameo, he is gorgeous. And page 1 is Santa Claus with his sack and the Christmas tree. So page 1 or page 2. It's not showing for you. Oh, yes, because you've already voted. It should be at the top of your screen, blue. Page 1 is the correct vote. Oh, nice. So page 1 is winning. We've got 11 votes. Well, 12 because blue said she would prefer page 1. Oh, interesting. That's very strange. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know what's going on. I am so sorry, Blue. Very, very strange. All right, so I'm going to call the poll. We've got 10, 9, 8, page 1 or page 2, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last chance to get your votes in. And then Jen is not here to go ah ha ha after every count. So we'll get that votes in. Yes, it is very foggy here and cold. Last chance. Ending the poll. It's ended. Page 1 has won with 66% vote. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm losing frames. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. All right, so I'm going to zoom you out just a little bit here so you can see the entirety of the page. And then I'll zoom you in so that we can get to work. That way. There we go. So there is the page that we're going to work on this week. And it is Santa Claus at the tree with his sack of toys. Now, hopefully I'll be able to pick out what each of the toys are. But I think we're going to start on Santa. So I'm going to zoom you in, and we'll start on his pretty little mug. On his face, in other words. All right. Wrong way. There we go. There we go. All right. And that's where we're going to start. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the channels. I really don't. I really wish they'd fix it. All right, so we're going to start with that one there. So we're going to start with light skin and skin. Inventive, yeah. So we'll start with the skin up here in the shadowy areas. Awesome. Are you in San Diego? I had an eye doctor's appointment yesterday, and he told me that my eyes are good. I don't need any further adjustments to my glasses at this point. All right. So that's the darkest areas. Go underneath his lip, where his beard starts as well. Hello, Carol. And then we're going to go in with light skin, and we're just going to come off of the skin tone color. And this is going to be our medium. Hopefully you guys can see that. Blending into that darker color. awesome. That will be awesome to have her around for Christmas break. I hope she's has a wonderful time and you have a wonderful time with her. All right. You can barely see that at all. Let's change that. I'm going to adjust that, turn down the brightness a little bit so you can actually see what I'm doing. No, not that one. Let's not turn that up because it does not look like that. I don't know why it's not showing the medium tone, but it's not. It is on there. All right, and then we're going to take some pink. Take a little bit of pale pink. We're going to come into his cheek here. And onto his nose as well. And in his lip. And then we'll take a little bit of red and do some bright red on his lip in that darker area there. And then we're going to use this one here for lightest tone. Yay! All right, I'm going to sharpen this one. This is pearl white. Yeah. We're going to come through with the pearl white and we're just going to blend all of his skin tone together. and fill in the highlight areas. I got these woodless pencils a couple of Christmases ago from a subscriber, supporter that has been supporting the channel since before it became. So it's kind of fitting that they get pulled at Christmas time. And then back in, and we're going to start building that color up with some layers, if these pencils will allow it. They are a wax base, so they do fill up that tooth pretty quick. So I'm just starting over again with the skin color. And if you did purchase these back when I first got them, I think it was 3 years ago. Maybe it was last year. No, it was a couple of years ago. You'll be able to follow along with the skin, with the color names, because they are named on the pencil. Hello, Kathleen. I don't remember. Unfortunately, they don't have a brand name on them, and I honestly don't remember what the brand name was. But when I do the Monday view of them, I will dig out all of the tins so that I'll be able to tell you what brand they are. Like I said, they were a gift from a friend, so I can't even pull it up on my orders. And because I haven't done a proper swatch for them, the swatch I have is basically from when I first got them. And I didn't think to put the name, which is silly of me. All right. So there's our medium, or our dark, I mean, and now we're going to go in and do our medium, which is the light skin. Oh no. I am so sorry. I hope you don't have it. I was really hoping he didn't have it. That is definitely not fun. COVID for Christmas is just no joy. Now we need that pink again for his cheeks and his nose. So I'm using, not that one. Yeah, maybe it was that one. I'm going to use pale pink. There we go. Not worried about it being too pink because I am going to tone it down with the pearl white. And then his lips as well. Yeah, absolutely. If he has any troubles at all breathing, get into that ER. Now the pearl white. In our highlight areas especially. All right. And go under his chin here a little bit as well with that dark color. There we go. All right, now let's do his eyes before they creep me out. So we're going to take some dark blue. They're not huge eyes, so I'm not doing a whole lot to them. And then we'll take some bright blue. Absolutely, I will pop in. After me is in about an hour after me is Amazon Tammy. Will hopefully be streaming. If she's not, then join us over in Discord. All right. Now I've got to put a little bit of start with some gray. And a little bit of black. come up here where his eyelashes are. And down there a little bit as well. Just going to define the outer part of his eye. Like a Sue. And then we're going to take some white. Make sure I don't have anything on my white. And a little bit more of that dark blue up in here. There we go. Now I don't feel so bad. All right, so now we're going to start doing his beard. And we're going to take a little bit of this. Now this set does not have a whole lot of grays, but it does have some silver tones. So we're going to use a couple of those, as well as the gray. So this one here is a lighter silver tone. And then we've got our dark gray and our black and our white. And we're going to use a little bit of light slate red as well. Nice. Yeah, when the big puppies decide, yeah, by the way, I know how to get in here, it's time to start locking them out. All right, so I'm just using gray for the darker areas here. And the really dark areas will come in with a little bit of black as well, maybe. And come in with some of that slate red. Over top of the gray. And he has an ear back there. I missed his ear. This is an ear. Didn't color his ear. Thank you, Kenny. All right, now we're going back in with the gray. Now you will find with some of Ruth's work, especially if you're coloring it in the lighter grayscale, because this book does come in both, you have a dark grayscale as well as a light grayscale. Now you will find in the lighter grayscale, you're not as well defined as if you are coloring in the darker grayscale. So if you prefer to color the lighter grayscale, but are having trouble seeing where things are, take a look at the dark grayscale page. You don't have to color the dark grayscale page, but if you take a look at it, it will show you a little bit more definition than the light grayscale. All right, now we're going to take a little bit of that silver. This is just giving us our definition in our hair. Of course. And now they have room to lay on top of you. So I'm taking that silver gray because it's a lighter gray, and I'm going in between the hairs on his beard, filling in those shadow hairs underneath. So we're going to leave those white ones up top in the highlight, but we're going to fill in all of the underneath of the beard. Yep, gotta have room for those kids. That's one thing I really liked about Shyla. Bob wanted her to sleep up on the bed with us, but she just did not want to. She just didn't like being on the bed at the same time that we were. And then once her hair started falling out and, she went into the sheds and everything else, I think he changed his mind on wanting her on the bed. Just coming through and putting in some flicks of the shadows for his hair there. I really enjoy Ruth's work. She is just so fantastic and such a lovely lady. If you haven't seen her on the channel, she has come on the channel and hung out with us. So if you want to see those interviews, they are, of course, in the history of the channel. She was with us last Christmas, I do believe. It was one of those things where your brain just stops working. All right. And this is part of his beard down here as well. Now we're going to come through with the black for the really dark areas. And once we add the white, it'll tone it down a little. Let's do his eyebrow as well. Put a little bit of soot in little bits of areas. Going over a little bit of that silver. All right. Yes, yes, she has been on my channel a couple of times, and she is an absolutely lovely lady. I've had several guests on the channel. Ruth has been one of them. Karen Myers is another one. Dawn Boyer is another one. A lot of really great artists in our community. Heather Valentin is another one that's just absolutely adorable. I love her work. And she's come and hung out in the chat while we did a special. Just going through with the white, filling in the area. Now, people always say, well, why are you coloring white with white? And basically, it's so that when I color something else, it's not going to change that area to that color. So if I color something red over here, the white is still going to be white. Especially if I have issues with my hands and I go stuttery and suddenly I'm coloring beard red, which can happen. And it just makes it stand out so much better as well. Hello, Catherine. Nice. That's awesome. Oh, Poet. Hello, Poet. I haven't seen you in forever. How are you doing, dear? Are you on winter break now? Pretty sure ours started on Friday. But with the strikes and everything else, I can't be positive on that. Oh, nice. How did he do? I hope he won. All right. So I'm just going through and I'm just making sure that I get those little tiny hairs. Making sure that they're all bright white. All right. All right, now for the outfit, we're going to start with the light slate red. And we're going to do the gray tones in his tufts with that. So in his cuffs and his fur down the front of his jacket, around the base of his jacket, around the base of his hat, that sort of thing. We're going to use the light slate red. And then we're going to be adding some grays to it as well as some blacks. All right. Wow, that's awesome, Catherine. Tell him congratulations for me. That's fantastic. Well done. I am very proud of him. All right, now we've got the little horsey here, so we're just going to darken that edge so that we don't color the horsey. And take a little bit of black. We're just going to darken that edge a little. There we go. Just wanted to darken the edge of him so I don't color him the wrong color. Nice. That's really awesome. I am excited for him. That's so cool. All right, gonna come down through here with the white. So who's tired of white and gray so far? Okay. All right, so let's do this part here, and then we're going to work on his the red part of his coat. So I'm taking that silver and I'm going to fill this in. All the areas that are shadowed, we're going to put the silver in, and then we're going to put the gray in and a little bit of black, and a little tiny bit of the slate red light, because we're not going to be putting any white in this area except for a small highlight area there. And I'm going to move you down so that you can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. Now we're going to take some black. And I'm just going through this with little swirls, just so that we get that fur effect. Putting that in the darkest of areas with the black. And then we're going to take our gray. And we're going to do the same thing. Just little swirls, little scrubs. Hello, Zoe. And then a little bit of that this light slate red. I know it probably all just looks gray to you guys. Because it's pretty much just all gray, guys. So I'm just saying. And then we're going to come in with the white. And again, I'm just scrubbing it through, blending those colors in and getting those highlights lit up. Like that. All right, so now his coat. Now we're going to just put those pencils aside for now because we've still got this area, and his hat to do. But let's do his coat so that we're not all sitting on the same color continually. So I'm going to use deep wine, and bright red, and red for his coat. I'm just going to take a look here. I'm going to grab wine as well, just in case. I am good. Now that I am not dying of COVID, I'm doing good. All right, so let's see. Um, okay, so wine is darker than deep wine, so let's start there. And I'm just mapping out off screen, so just give me a second. Let's move you up so you can actually see what I'm doing. I'm going to zoom you out a little bit because obviously I've got you too far in so that I don't know where I'm at. So we're just going to zoom you out just a little bit. Again, I'm using the wine pencil in the dark areas. So all of those folds and creases on his coat, all the deeper shadows we're doing with the wine. Well, I hope he does well with it. Sometimes being more active and that sort of thing gives a much better chance of not getting it as badly, I guess. It all depends upon the underlying health issues too. If there are any. I obviously did not scroll it out far enough. There, that's better. I'm just going all the way through his coat in the areas that I've already colored the fur. That's his belt there. Make sure you don't color his belt red. I guess you could, but it's usually green or black. But you can color it whatever color you want to. It's your Santa. Color it how you want. Absolutely. Lurk away, darling. Lurk away. All of our lurkers out there. All right. Now I'm not going to completely cover all of the gray areas with it. Just going to put in those darker shadows with it, the darker creases. Now we're going to come in with the deep wine red. Which is a little bit lighter. Than the wine red, but it finishes off that shadowed area. And get those heavy shadows filled in. That's the great thing about grayscale. Other than sometimes having to figure out where things are, which with dark grayscale can be an issue. It does make shadowing and shading really simple. Well, a lot more simple. Especially if you're not in the brain set to find the light source and that sort of thing and work with the shadows. Just let the artist do it for you. That's what I do. Yeah. All right. We're almost done with the medium dark tone. Just going to blend that together. And take our dark again. Make sure I get right to the edge there. And I know that these are wax pencils and I could probably press a little bit harder and smush that right into the page. But I'm so used to coloring with a lighter touch that smushing is not something that comes to mind right away. Could probably get a deeper saturation if I put in a heavier hand. But I can also do that with layer after layer and bore you all to tears. All right, then going back to the wine. So this is the deep wine, I should say. And we're just getting the shadows fairly saturated here so that when we add our next color, we'll be able to blend that into the shadow. Which will lighten this deep color up quite a bit, but not to a point where it doesn't look like it's supposed to be darker there. Now, a lot of people ask me why I bother coloring in the shadows instead of just using my medium tone and my light tone and just letting the grayscale do the work for me. And I am letting the grayscale do the work for me, but I do find that if I don't add the color to the grayscale in the layers that you're supposed to add them, or in the layers that you would typically color them, it doesn't look right to me. So that is why, because I find that it looks better just to use the grayscale as a tool, not cover it up. All right, so the next color we're going to use is bright red. Oh, blue, that's no good. Losing family members always sucks. Now, just to give a little bit of definition here, because his jacket is going to be, red all over, we're just going to put a little bit of the black just so that we can give some definition to where the arms are. And where that edge is there. It just makes them stand out a little bit better and gives them that little extra bit of definition. Now the belt is going to be black anyway, so having that black there is not abnormal. Like so. And it just makes it stand out just a little tiny bit better. All right, back to our bright red. And just pulling those shadows into the light point on his arm. So Kenny has her grandbaby coming up for Christmas holidays. What else? What is everybody else doing for the holidays? I don't have grandbabies, so I am going to quietly sit, open gifts with the boys, make a ham. And hopefully get some coloring done. I doubt if I will, but we can always hope. Hello, Dion. Hello, Wicca. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Jamie. That sounds awesome, Yana. Awesome. Always good to have the family all together. Have the grandbaby and the baby. Because even if she's an adult, she's still your baby. My kids hate it when I tell them that. Don't call me a baby. Well, you're still my baby, so you're still a baby. All right, now we're going in with some red. You are making doll furniture. Absolutely not a problem, Alex. Lurk away. Nice. Sounds like fun. Yeah, well, you know. Welcome to the Pixies Wicca. Welcome, welcome. Can I get an exclamation point love in the chat for Wicca Bella, please? Thank you so much for joining us in the Pixie rank. Of course, because you have been a member previously, you get to have the tag for where you were when I turned them off. So that's awesome. Maya, Maya, Maya. That's crazy. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Tell her it'll stunt her growth. Well, they're pixies. Everybody's a pixie. The fairies are on Patreon. But you get to have the color of the age of your tag. So each age has a different color. I only have one membership level now. If you want to be a fairy, that's a Patreon membership, and that's done through Patreon. You had to update your card, yes. But yes, you can be a fairy again on Patreon. All right, using the deep wine. And I did get the mouse posted. I did finish the background. And I did actually finish the background on the Mystical Lands page that we were working on as well. The night sky that I told you I was going to put on there. I got that finished as well. Finished it with acrylic markers. Did the entire night sky with the black acrylic markers. And then used a white acrylic marker to put in the stars. There. Had to put in that black shadow. Yes, you're a pixie fairy. You are, because you are a fairy on Patreon as well as a pixie, which is awesome. So yes, you are correct. You are a pixie fairy. If you join the Patreon group every Thursday at the fairy stage, or fairy level, every Thursday on Discord, there is a Patreon room in a voice chat that we hang out in every Thursday for 2 hours, where you can ask questions, get pointers. If you have any issues that you're working on, you can get some suggestions and I can try to help you out. And that's for everybody that is a Patreon fairy. You also get, with the Patreon membership, a monthly swatch chart, as well as a discount to the 3D print store. So anything that you want that my husband prints with his 3D printers, you get 20% off, which is awesome. All right, just coming down through the edges here, putting in that shadow back into the red. Making sure that we have that definition from one object to another. Like so. Sorry. Darn commercials. I did try to do what Shannon told me to do to get rid of them, but unfortunately it didn't give me that option. I have the option to allow YouTube to place them, but the other one, the option below it to place them myself, is grayed out. I can't even click on it. It's really annoying because I was hoping that that would solve it. Well, I'm glad it wasn't too loud. All right, I'm going to come in with the black and do his belt. just to get it out of the way and done. Now we're going to take a bit of gray. I'll put in a bit of highlight there. Like that. And there we have the top part of his jacket done. We've got another sleeve to do in this breast here, and then his slacks. So let's what time is it? We've got about half an hour. So I'm going to scroll down. And we're going to do, we did this part of the fur, so let's do the slacks underneath, and then we'll come in and do this fur here. So we're going to start with the wine. All right, Dion, thanks for popping in. Enjoy your lunch. Oh, that would be so much fun. That's good. I'm glad they're coming over to do that. You need a little bit of fun right now. Or a little bit more fun, I should say. You always need a little bit of fun. You just need a little more right now. And then deep wine. Hello, Jen. Wonderful for you to have joined us. You missed the counting. So I had to go ah ha ha for you. And then bright red. So I am assuming that this is the inside of his other leg, is what I'm assuming. I'm not quite sure, but that's what I'm assuming. Now that I'm coloring it, it kind of looks weird to me. I will have to look at her originals and see if I've colored that wrong. See, the way I was thinking of it was him kneeling down. This is his one leg on his knee. That's his other leg in the kneeling position. That's my thought. And hopefully I'm correct. Otherwise, It'll be fine. It's always fine. Everything's fine. Yep, you missed the counting. Had to do it for you. Now I'm going to come in with some black. And to blend that in with the red, just so it doesn't stand out so much. So I'm using wine just to blend in that black area a little bit, so it's not so stark. Here we go. Aw. Well, I'm glad that you were able to find a place you can afford, though, and that you're moving. And I hope that you enjoy it. The mobile dog groomer. I'm sorry the kids are sick, Wicca. Yeah, now we're all going to go move in with Wicca. Now we're going to put in some wine. Poor Wicca. All us crazy in there. Now that's awesome. Yeah, having a living room. Everybody has their own rooms. Oh, nice. Now you got to set a 7-foot tree in there, huh? Well, hopefully it fits. Now, did you move out of your mom's or did you move mom with you? Because I know she was looking after the kids while you were working. You moved out of mom's house. Well, it gives you guys a little bit more privacy too. Both of you, Mom and you. So I'm going through with the deep wine. Awesome. Well, that's good. Makes it easier. Makes it easier. All right. Yep. Yep. Well, that happens. That happens. I'm glad that she was there for you and was able to help you until you got on your feet. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do until you get there. I know that with this new job it was difficult, so getting everything lined up in place. Yep, exactly. We all do what we have to do, especially when we got kiddos. Using the bright red now. And then the red. Right. All right, so there's Santa's outfit. And we've got the gray here, but I've already showed you how that I was doing that there. So let's do his glove. And then I think we will be calling it a day. So we're going to come through in all of the highlight areas. We're going to put some gray. Of course, on Monday we will be continuing this and hopefully finishing it off before the end of the week. Oh, that is not supposed to be gray. That is a dot on the dolly. So I need my eraser. Yeah. And you got to be careful of that, you know. Let's not color the dolly's dots the wrong color. All right, now we're going to take our black. And this is where we're going to use the pressure. Different pressures. So we've got areas that we want to be dark black because they're in shadow. And then areas that we don't want them to be as dark. So this area here, we want to be dark black. The areas that I want darker, I'm just putting a little bit more pressure on the pencil than areas that I don't want to be as dark. Thank you, Wicca. Thank you, Kenny. Ooh, well, at least you're moved in before it starts to snow. Come down and make sure that we get the areas there. Now we're going to start lightening our hand in certain areas. And coloring over the gray, which will lighten as well. So this is one of those colors and one of those times where I will let the grayscale do the work. For the most part. Because I only have one gray and one black. It makes it a little bit more difficult to get more of a variance, you know. I guess I could do it with other colors and that sort of thing. I usually do it with darker grays and move into the black, which is basically what I'm doing as I lighten my hand away from the black. Nice. Yeah, last year we did a lot of Ruth Sanders grayscales. There's so many wonderful artists out there. I want to color them all and get them all on the channel, and there's just not enough time in a year. You know, I'm usually complaining there's not enough time in a day, and there is not. But now as we get to the end of the year, and I think of all the things that I wanted to do this year and how many of them I actually got done, it's just not enough time in a year. Thank you, Yana. I was thinking about doing something out of her Christmas mice book, but we just colored a mouse, so I figure since we just colored a mouse, we really don't want to color another mouse. Not yet, anyway. So all I'm doing is as we get into the lighter areas, some of which I've put in some gray, some of which I have not, and I'm just lifting my hand, still covering, still giving a coat of that color, just not as heavily as other areas. Like down here, I want this to be a lot heavier, so I'm coming in with a heavier hand. Out here I want it lighter, so I'm just lightening up my grip a little bit, lifting the pencil off the page, and laying down that color. Like so. And then we're going to take our white, and we're just going to put in some highlight areas. On top of the gray ones that we've already put in. Just to give a little bit more of that highlight. like so. I'm going to scroll you out so that we can see what we have done so far. And this is before blending. It will have less of the white spot showing after we blend. But I don't want to blend everything until after I make sure I get all the things done up. All right, so I will finish the red and, basically I'll finish Santa Claus off screen if I have time. If not, we'll finish it on Monday. But I want to get started on the Christmas sack and or the tree, because I would like to get this finished by Wednesday, at the end of Wednesday, before I go off for a vacation. For all of you that did not see the Christmas mouse finished, I did finish the background as well. So there is our Christmas elf or Christmas mouse peeking in. And I did do up the background area. Yes, he is. Thank you, Mona. No, I'm not going on vacation. I'm taking a vacation from streaming from Wednesday the 20th until Wednesday the 27th. So for all of you out there, Wednesday that weren't here at the start of the stream, Wednesday is going to be my last stream before Christmas, and I will be back on the 27th. All right, guys, with that, I would like to say thank you all very much for watching. Keep an eye out for Amazon Tammy. She usually comes on about an hour after me if she's going to stream. So make sure you keep an eye out for that. Of course, always remember to like, comment, and subscribe to any YouTube artists that you enjoy. And of course, always remember to relax, color, and stay safe, everyone. Until next time, bye-bye for now.